Hi, I'm Dylan Zawicki, and I have a question for y'all. Why shouldn't we pay our college athletes? At a D1 university, the colleges are making a killing off of their student athletes between football and basketball. Um, I'm going to talk about three reasons why we should pay our student athletes, and there's many more, but we're going to do three right here. Um, the money made on the students from the colleges, just letting them in and out of football games, basketball games, um, and then the players being on TV. I feel like they should be paid for that, and also the time that they spend in their activity, whatever sport it may be. Obviously, I believe that depending on what sport you're in and where you're from, you should be paid more or less. Because they have the ability to do that. Say you're a football player for Alabama, you're going to make more than a football player, say you're playing for Kansas. But if you're a Kansas basketball player, you should make more money than a football or a basketball player from Alabama. But first off, I'm going to talk about all the money that the schools make off the college athletes. Um, in football season, they make probably over $1 billion in throughout the year on a total of all of the college athletes or college football players. Um, and the number of tickets sold per game, say you're selling $50 tickets and there's 80,000 tickets. That's $400,000. And the students see that in scholarship. They don't see that as, I mean, they that's still going towards their books and everything, which I understand. People say, well, they get paid with school, but just getting paid with school doesn't really get you around. Um, Not only tickets, they sell jerseys with their names on the back, or at least their numbers. I don't think they're allowed to use names anymore. They aren't allowed to use names anymore. Um, and the students don't get any of that until they're professionals. Um, that's it's ridiculous how much money is made. They I read on a site earlier today they make over $33 million a year or a season, and just for football jerseys. And we're going to transition into point two here. Um, they're playing on TV. I mean, there's no telling how many billions of dollars that it's throughout all of college sports. But last year in March Madness, they made $1.17 billion just off of commercials that were in it. And none of that goes to the athletes that are out there playing their butt off, grinding through it all year long. And of that, only the top percentage of them actually make money. With top percentage of schools, which I think is ridiculous. If you have enough money to do that, you have enough money to pay them, and you might even get better talent and get people to stay. There's teams going one, or there's kids going one and done every year at Duke and Kansas, anywhere like that. Excuse me. Um, the TV stations pay the schools to cover them, and the students really don't see that. They just improve buildings. They don't give them any money, which they should. It's hard to live out there. Um, and I will be moving into my third point now, and that is how long they spend in their activity. An average NCAA survey said an average of student athletes spend 45 hours a week practicing. That's not counting watching film, lifting, or when they actually are playing the game. That's just their practice time. So they don't really have time to go get a job. Um, they're they're so locked up with whatever athletic event they're in. Basketball players were the highest number of practice time, and it was 47 hours. a week, not counting, like I said, not counting the other. Um, it's just ridiculous to me that people are going to sit here and say, well, they get paid with school. There's plenty of students that get paid with school um, that don't have to go through all of that. They don't. They have time to go get a job. They have time to do this. They have time to do that. Those student athletes don't have time for anything because when they get done, it's late. They can't have a job because they're liable to miss on the miss practice or something. Show up late to practice and get in even more trouble. Um, Thank you for listening, guys. As this speech is ending, I appreciate you listening to to me talk about the money made off of the students, the television providers not paying the students anything, and the amount of time they spent practicing. If you believe student athletes should not be paid, I hope that I was able to sway your opinion in some ways, but I respect it either way. Thank you for listening, guys.